Hello, hello. Hello. Is that my Sandy or Dylan? You are the first to arrive. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hello, hello. Why did you breathe? Oh, I wonder if I do the hey again. I'm curious because every time y'all post that, I just say hello, but I'm curious if I press it, will it wave? Does it wave back at you or something? I don't know. Try it. Let me see. Because I don't know how to like wave at y'all. Hey, Dylan. How are you? How was Mama? How's she doing? Okay. Oh, good. Did y'all have a good, a good weekend? I don't think I saw you yesterday. Let me see. Hello. I don't know why I can't say, when y'all say hi, I can't like say hi back. That'd be kind of cool if we could. Oh, well. Hello, VHS. What did you just find out? Tell me. You know what? I need to put my video up. You know what? That's what I need to do. Wow. The Hit Dog Vendor by Wall Street. Oh, the hot dog. What? So like we need a hot dog stand, huh? You know, there was a guy when I lived back here years ago. He would do hot dogs on Main Street, so that makes sense. And so he would do pretty well because you meet some fascinating people, and people need a quick hot dog to be on the go. I used to love New York hot dogs, New York hot dogs, and New York pizza. Now I'm more of a bagel lady. I'll do cheese pizza and bagels in New York, but yeah, they used to be the hot dogs used to be so good. But think about it. It is not that the hot dog costs that much. It's probably that they just tip him like a 20 every time. You know what I mean? Dirty water dogs. Listen, if you have a good personality, good customer service, and you are reliable and consistent, they'll come to you every time. And it could be that he was maybe even getting like catering orders, right? That's good. It's a great profit. Put him on a membership. Unlimited hot dogs for the month. Realistically, you only probably see them maybe at the most 5 times a week because they work. But generally, most people, I mean, maybe men, but most people, if you were to do that, like women, I don't want a hot dog every day. You know what I mean? So I'd probably pay you, but I probably wouldn't eat a hot dog every day. You know. Let me see. Throw another $3 for a right. You're right. Soda, French fries. You know what I mean? Like, but you're right. Like candy on the side, something. You know, like a protein bar. Maybe it came with a protein bar or something. Something that's not too much extra work. Yeah. You got us thinking now, cause right, like with all the things that are changing and stuff, certain things remain constant. Even though I don't, I don't like uh, businesses that I don't like food businesses because it's too picky, it's too risky. However, if you have a constant product, and it doesn't fluctuate very often, you just have ice cream, you just have hot dogs, you don't have a lot of overhead, then it can be well worth it. But if you're trying to run like a restaurant and there's too many different variables in it, that becomes costly. She's got home from a bachelorette trip today. She left on Thursday. Sandy did? Okay. Sandy is she getting out there, isn't she? Oh wow. Interesting. Y'all been busy. Maybe $5 for a pretzel. Dog, $6, $3 for a soda can. Oh, so you're already up to $10 at that point. So you give me a 20, you like keep the change. I'm already 10 ahead. Probably making it at 10 to $15 a person, right? And then it's New York, right? So yeah, and it's straight cash, so you don't really have to. Like, you could tell people how much you make, but you don't really have to tell people how much you make, right? Because it's like, unless you're putting it in the, unless you're do and giving change back, I guess. But, cash business is nice. 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. Wow. Yeah. That's dedication. That's what I'm saying. That's consistency and dedication. Because, I will say that, it takes somebody really dedicated to do an outside business like that. Outside in all elements, all weather. That takes dedication. Cause you remember like when it poured down and they had like all that water, then the subway got flooded and stuff. So I don't know. My best friend's wedding and her sister about to get married. Oh, nice. Congratulations. I'm trying to think what I'm about to do. I knew this lady that quit her job. Wow. Wow. Her sister's engaged to my best friend, and they're getting married next weekend. You're better than the wedding. Okay. All right, Sandy. All right, Dylan. In 3 years, she retired. I haven't seen her since. Well, hello, James. Thank you, James. How are you? I knew this lady quit her job. Bought a food truck for about $3,200. Selling food after the pandemic cleared for $16 a plate. Wow. I think if you can find a nice little dip, when I mean like a little dip, if you can find an area that is very kind of like an opportunity or an obstacle that's overlooked in a minimal area that you could find your way in and be able to create something, create a demand or need for something where people say, oh man, I'm so glad you thought of that. Great idea. Because from here to here, right from the train to the building, it's a good 20 minutes. I can get it on the way. I can eat on the way. I can do all the things, and you take, create that convenience. They'll pay for it. They will absolutely pay for it. Absolutely. Hold on a second. All right. Okay. Now I can't stay on long time tonight because one, I stayed on a long time last night, and two is because I'm going to church in the morning. Going to go to the 8 o'clock service, which is the early service. You know, I need to take this off my nails. Wow, it peels off so easily. This must be really cheap. Alright. Take this nail polish off. Put this red on. I put the red on my toes. So I'm just gonna match. Apparently the color tomorrow is green. It's Women's Day at the church, at my old church that I used to go to. So I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna wear the red. I want to wear a red dress, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna wear a black dress with that green, and I'm gonna have red nails and the red makeup. I think that's what we're gonna do. Let me go get my nail polish remover. Oh, there it is. I need the cotton balls. Oh. Ah. James, Ace of Spades. What is that? You can tell you at your grandma high school. What is this? Let me see the word. That's so weird. Why is that in there? What's up, Ace of Spades? How are you? Is this coming off or no? Ace of Spades, I am doing swell. How are you? I finished my video. Oh my gosh, did I post it? I made another video today. I'm so proud of myself. 2 videos in a row. Look at me. Look at me. So yeah, I did 2 videos. And the one I did today was about how to, well, not necessarily like, it was about YouTube. So, just kind of like some encouragement if you were maybe nervous about starting a YouTube channel or something. I would say definitely do it. YouTube is a really good platform. I've found a lot of really good information. I've found a lot of useful information. The content is good. Their algorithm is algorithm, okay? Their algorithm is algorithming. Is that a word? Because all I did was I put in one question, and the way it has flooded my feed. You hear me? Sheesh. So yeah, they are on it. Okay, they're definitely on it. So I was like, oh my gosh, okay. So, we are going to church tomorrow, so we're getting pretty. I haven't seen my real nails in a minute. Hello, hello. I was gonna do something. How was everybody? The weekend, baby. I did post another video. If you are interested in YouTube or starting a YouTube channel, it's almost like an encouragement video. Essentially, like if you were like nervous about it. Which it's always interesting to me when people are like, I don't know if I should. I guess we've all been there before, you know. We've all been in different stages where we were unsure about something, and then we got on the other side and we didn't. And I was like, oh my gosh, I wish I'd done this sooner. And so that's what I tell people now about YouTube. I wish I'd done this sooner. And even though, or like even when you see somebody on a trend, getting on that trend early, you know. Like when people got on Threads, I made sure I got on Threads. Now I don't post all the time on Threads, but I was like, I'm here. You know, I'm here. I'm here and I'm on. So my nightly positive, relaxing, much needed therapist. You know what, Andy? Thank you for saying that. Thank you so much. I might need to do initially when I really thought about this channel, I initially was thinking kind of along the lines of like a life coach type thing, and I was like, I don't want to be a life coach. And so I've dabbled in different things, and so I still find myself in the same kind of situation, you know what I mean? Like you're still in the same vicinity of your mindset, wellness, and stuff like that. So we shall see. Ooh, that looks pretty good, Asia. Pretty good. All right, let's see here. What made you happy today, Asia? How was your day? My day was nice and it was quiet. Actually, I had radio today. So I woke up, it's kind of quiet this morning, waking up, and then doing radio. So I did radio. Then I went for my walk. It was beautiful. It was a nice, cloudy day. So it was like 82, but it was cloudy, so it was beautiful, breezy weather. I put my feet, I like to put my feet in the grass, and I was grounding, and it was good. No ants, because I think they can sense. Apparently, ants can sense, like when there's about to be a storm and stuff. So they're already like frantically preparing for the storm to come. So I guess they were underground, so they didn't bother me today. So it was a good day. Then I came back and I made a video and I posted the video. I'm proud of myself. I posted 2 videos in a row. And then I was trying to I need to update it. That's right, I'm live. Dang it. Every time I go live, I forget to update the that little like video in the middle. But because I'm live, it won't let me do it. And see, I don't know why it does that, because it doesn't even put my picture on there or nothing. I don't know. I put a picture on the live, right? Didn't I schedule it? I scheduled it. I'm not sure what's going on. But anyway. So I did just make a video. So if you see the latest video I had, I did post about starting a YouTube channel. If you have any questions about starting a YouTube channel, do's and don'ts, what my experience has been, what I have learned, what I am currently experiencing, let me know. what your questions are. Absolutely, Gate Gutter. Hey, how you been? Oh no, hate is such a strong word, honey. Why? Um, Wicked. My girl likes when I wear my Superman costume. That's awesome. Oscar, it's good to see you. Hey, Oscar. Hello. Is it Sanvika? Hello, Sanvika. Do you hear that? Is that fireworks? Can you hear the fireworks? Okay. I'm assuming here, but you choose to be single. Are you not single? Does your life situation not allow that right now? I am open to dating, and so I've gone on a couple dates. I haven't gone on many though. I will say that. But I am single. I am actively dating. I just am a little bit more reserved in my dating because of the schedule that I have. And then also, as you get older, there are a lot of people who you could date, but then you also know that you're not necessarily compatible, or you've already had history with them, so you kind of know what to expect. And then you also want to make sure that you are actively always working on yourself, and so that way you don't repeat the same problems or repeat the same scenarios that you get where most people will have. Seems like, I'm always dating the same guys, always having the same problems. Well, then let's fix that. Let's figure out what that is. Let's figure out what's causing that. So let's backtrack and do our homework, do our due diligence, so that way we don't keep finding ourselves in these situations. And so that's essentially what I've been doing the last few months, really digging deep into that, which is essentially kind of why I started the YouTube channel, to be a better communicator, be more open and honest in how I'm feeling, and being more expressive. And so this helps me in all the areas. This helps me with public speaking. This helps me with getting and reaching an audience. This helps me with my public watch hours. And this also helps me with my dating, because all the men that come through this chat that try to, vie for my attention, it's almost like a little mini dating session. So I welcome them all. And I heard from a dating coach that I follow on YouTube. He said that for women, we need to have at least 150 to 200 different conversations so that we can weed out the ones that really are not aligned to us. Because as women, we like to pick just one guy and date at a time. But instead of having multiple, and I don't mean like dating, exclusively dating, but having multiple conversations with maybe 10 conversations with this guy, 10 conversations, 10 conversations, you're able to figure out which ones you don't really align with, the ones you don't really feel comfortable with, as opposed to dating one guy for 100 conversations, and then you're like, this is not working, but you don't know what's not working. You can't figure out how to fix it. You definitely can't fix him, because he's not necessarily the problem, but it probably may be also what you're attracting, what your delivery is, and how you're talking to that person, and how they're receiving you, or what you're not saying. And as women, we have a tendency to think that we understand men and that men understand us. And there's quite a disconnect there. Because as women, we feel one way, but because we feel it, we don't necessarily know how to express it. And we'll hold it in. And so men don't quite understand how to articulate what we're feeling. So we have to be more transactional in our delivery. We have to say, hey, I'm feeling really sad. Hey, I'm feeling really so-and-so. And explaining it to him in a way that it's easy for him to digest and it's easier for him to receive, instead of just kind of like, da-da-da-da. And then that cuts the communication, right? You might as well just cut the cord, because nobody's listening to that. Dang, you hear them fireworks? I need to go look at the show. Oh my gosh. You hear it? That's fireworks. Sound like a thunderstorm. Hey, Q. Mwah. Did you listen to our audio from last night? Okay. Aysia, what even is the point anymore? What do you mean, get gooder? What do you mean? Life is getting better and better and better. You're just getting, there has to, in order for you to get to the sweet spot, you kind of got to go through some weeds, right? You kind of got to get a little uncomfortable, kind of get through some stuff. Like, you got to go through the storm to get on the other side. But once you start to see the light on the other side, you're like, oh man, this is so much better than where I was. And so it's just a process, right? Life is just a lot of little mini processes. But they get better. If you think of the situation as it's a situation, not as it's your fault because you're in the situation, right? It's easier to move through. And don't blame yourself for it. Like if you're broke, you're like, man. But look, I'll have these fights. I'll have not fights, but I'll have these conversations. Like, look, God, I was like, I don't know what you're doing, but I'm excited to see what's about to happen because you really try to take me through it, huh? Yeah. And so I just make fun of those things, just because it's just momentarily. You just move through things. You said, wait a minute. You said, I just do not see the point of continuing. Get gooder. I love that. All right, we got some newbies coming in. Let me see here. They're still calling me for the 10 o'clock. I should have cut off by now. Okay. In a man, what are 3 musts in order for you to be Can you still see me? Am I back? Somebody was trying to call me for the show. I went live on radio today, y'all. So, I guess they're calling me from radio, but it's late. I did radio hours and hours and hours ago, so I don't know why they're calling. And now, we normally have it cut off at a certain time, so it's interesting that it's ringing. I think, am I back? In a man, what are 3 musts? Hold on, wait. What was good, Aysia? I definitely did. Hello, Jay Walker. You're right. No pain, no gain. I just do not see the point. Let me see. Hey, Robert. Yeah. Nathan. Hello, Nathan. Absolutely. I always miss y'all when you're gone. Okay, let's see. You're back. Am I back? Okay, good. Whew. Yeah, they, I don't know where they're calling now. Tragic. I thought I was the only one. You said hello. Oh, Nathan, don't say that. I would say something, but then y'all were going to take it on. Okay, let me see. Yes, I hear you pretty well. Oh, thank you, Jay. So I will not be, I'm glad you're on early this evening because we're going to church tomorrow. Tomorrow's Women's Day at the church, at my old church. So we're going to go to church. Woo! Aysia's going to go to church on a Sunday. Huh? Remember last time I went to church? The same lady's preaching. So I thought that was interesting. And I'm good friends with her mother, so at least I'll see her. I'm going to go to 8 o'clock. Whew. So my aunt was like, what time you want to leave at 7:50? I said, 7:15? 7:15? She said it's 20 minutes away. I know, but that's 7:35. Oh, she's like they're the early people. I forget older people like to be on time. I said, oh no. I was definitely rooting for the balcony. She's like, well, you let me know if you want to go. I mean, I'm going. I'm 8 o'clock. I was thinking more like, it's gonna have an 8 on there somewhere. And then I'm one of the reasons why I kind of am glad I don't work at church more. I was very overstimulated at work at church, like very much. Oh hey, and I can already feel it now because you hadn't seen me. I hadn't seen these people in 3 years, right? Granted, I did go a couple weeks ago, so I did see. I went on a Wednesday, so I saw maybe like 15 of them, maybe 20. So now you're talking about now it's Women's Day. You're saying you're talking about the other. I don't know, 500. Um. So hey, how are you doing? What are you doing now? How long are you in town? Do you see so and so? And so I can. It's gonna be interesting, and Women's Day be long. Women don't like. We don't do nothing short. So I'm just trying to think. If we get there at 8, we not gonna get home till like. I mean, granted, they have to have 11 o'clock service. They have to have time to eat, but still, Women's Day be long. Do I sound excited? I am. Can't you tell? Checking out my bucket list. I'm going to church. But the real reason why I'm going to church is because tomorrow is supposed to be the portal. May 18th is supposed to be a really big portal for manifestations because this Uranus is in Taurus, and it hasn't been in Taurus in 100 years, and it won't be in Taurus for another 100 years. And so I've gotten to the place where I just do things that feel uncomfortable because I know that the end result is really good. That's why I did radio today. I wasn't like like stuff that makes me nervous or stuff that makes me a little uncomfortable. Stuff that keeps me having to check my emotions, right? Not fall into ego and snap back at somebody. But let that roll off. Let that roll off. Because I'm getting to the promised land, So, yeah, I try to put myself in those situations so I can feel like if I double up, I'm good to go. Goodbye, cruel world. Why? Sweet thing. Yep. I'll be up. You'll be up there at 9 a.m.? Okay. So mine is at 8. Yours is at 9. Gosh, Jay. Oh, good gooder. It's not a goodbye, cruel world. It's okay. Just kidding. Okay, gotcha. What color are my toes? I made my toes the same color. So this is, what color is this? Red. 406. No, the color is, why did they make it so small? Oh, hot-blooded. Hot-blooded. To my jump so dim. Y'all are funny. So, I'm painting my nails. I'm doing girly things. It's always hard to paint this non-dominant hand, Or it's hard to paint your dominant hand with your non-dominant hand. And I think I'm almost out of. This is one of my favorite nail polishes, so I think it might be time for me to get a new one. I used to love, my other favorite used to be Cajun shrimp. It's really pretty. It was like a pink type orange kind of. It was really, really pretty. I don't know if they still make it. I gotta go back and find that. Ooh, I think I'm almost out. How was y'all's day? Did y'all have a good Saturday? Did you get some work done? Watch some TV? What you do? Jamal painting nails. Is it soothing to you to see me paint nails? Mm-hmm. Trauma. There's something right there. Okay. Mm-mm-mm. No, it's not the nails that's soothing. What is it that's soothing? I did watch the video. I still want to do more research on the attachments because I just saw the video on the avoidant attachment. It's very good, by the way. Very, very good. But he said a lot of stuff in there that I want to go back and dissect. Thank you, Jay. The voice, the eyes, the potential. What is the potential? When you speak of potential. So, in the... Ew, what is that? In the video, he talks about avoidant males. And he says that avoidant males, you have to talk to them more of a transaction. He mentioned that avoidant males, I think he was avoidant males. He might just been men in general. That avoidant males are transactional, but you all feel through pain. We feel through emotion, you all feel through pain. So in order for us to really kind of get you to understand, like, hey, if I'm at the end of my breaking point in the relationship or anything like that, you have to understand there are consequences to this, and so you feel the pain and the consequence instead of me just saying, "Oh, I'm unhappy." You're like, I don't know what none of that means. But if I was like, "Hey, I'm going to move to so and so, and you're not going to be able to come with me," and you're like, "Why not?" Because we're not going to be together anymore. Because you're like, oh, so she really. So it had to be. It's like it has to be a transactional thing. So it's almost as if like in my brain, the way that I'm processing it is I would have to essentially talk to an avoidant man as if it was like a new VA or like an AI in a sense of I would have to really break it down in a way that it's something tangible, right? Not an emotion. I can say how I'm feeling, but how I'm feeling would be like, I feel sad, I feel happy. I would give you a feeling that you could visually see, that you know, okay, oh, she looks sad, so I know that's sad. Oh, she looks happy, so I know that's happy. But also giving you like a physical, if this doesn't happen, then I want this. And then also he said, when you are with somebody who is avoidant, we as women get upset when you are like, oh my God, it's my birthday. And he didn't do anything for my birthday. He's like, well, I want him to be spontaneous. And so the guy said, men aren't like that. He said, but if you give him what you want, and then he'll do those things for you, but not in the fact that, oh, he didn't think about me because he didn't do this and this and this. You're just not wired that way. So it would be better for me to be on my birthday. I want a cake from Publix. Right? I want the vanilla cake from Publix with the buttercream icing with the sprinkles on top. I want balloons. I want balloons from so and so. I want to go to this party. I want this dress, and I want you to give me a card. You know what I mean? And so in my mind, I'm like, oh, it's not spontaneous because you would want that spontaneous. But in the way that an avoidant man is, the delivery, I wouldn't get anything if I didn't break it down in that way. Sounds like you wouldn't be compatible with avoidant style. I don't think so. I mean, I don't think I wouldn't be. There is just, so this was a podcast. It was a ladies podcast, but she had a male on it, and she said her husband was avoidant. And so she said for years it was a lot of back and forth. And then she realized that she just had to pull back and she had to give him space, but she had to be very transactional in her delivery and the way she was talking to him and what she wanted. And then he felt comfortable to be able to do these things for her. So it's just a different dynamic. And she also said that because you as men don't necessarily know how to process emotion, it's going to take the woman, and we kind of say this like, oh, I don't want to, this is, oh, I don't want to have to train him essentially, but because your emotions aren't, he talked about the different things going on in your brain, the cortisol and the dopamine and the oxytocin and all that stuff, the gamma, the beta, and all that stuff. But basically, because you're not regulated like we're regulated, and we know how to process emotions better, it's just easier for us to help you figure out your emotions and help you how to process. And it's going to be longer for us, but it'll work out better in the long run than for you to go from person to person to person to person to person to person, because basically an avoidant attachment man, he's looking for the newness of a person, but his dopamine levels will only go, and oxytocin levels will only go until about month 6 or month 7, and then they drop off. And so although he may want to get married and he may want to have kids and he may want to do all these things, he's looking for that next hit. So that may look like turning to porn, because porn is that dopamine, but he really needs the oxytocin. And so oxytocin has to be built up, but it has to be regulated. And so his oxytocin is not regulated. And so it's going haywire. And so that's why he's always going for a new woman, a new woman, a new woman. But if you can figure out a way to talk to him in a way that he will understand you, then you'll have him for life. And he'll be devoted to you for life. He's like, oh my gosh, she gets me. She understands me. It takes a while to get that to work, though. But she has to be very understanding in her in knowing about an avoidant man. Some women hurt men to make them understand what they've gone through. Third world wonder. I can agree with some of that to an extent, yes. Hello, Jay, baby girl, yes. Is that my hello, Nandy. Sorry, I'm late. I watched a video about inspiring people to start a YouTube channel. Oh, thank you. Yay. Okay, somebody saw it. Good. Okay. It inspired me, and I was thinking about starting my own channel, hence the reason I was like, okay. Let me know what you post, right? If you start it, let me know. I know you're early in your research, but which style resonates most with you? Obviously, the best one would be the secured. The interesting about the secured is that I'm in my okay. So the way he spoke about it was that secure people won't even touch anybody who's avoidant because secured people already can, they'd be like, okay, either he said basically when secure people come or avoidant people come, either they are love bombing too fast or they are I can't remember the other one. It wasn't like I think they have a mix of like anxious, so they maybe come on too strong. So like, you're doing too much too fast. So a secure person like, that's almost a flag because why are you so loving? Why are you so up on me so fast? And so it causes them to already push back. But there are so many avoidant men out there. I mean, I can't take them all, so. But it's just interesting to have the conversation. It's interesting to have a conversation. Like, just learning things that I did not know. But I'm getting better at receiving and just, you know, I'm having fun knowing that there's so much information out there that I'm not, that I wasn't aware of, so. And I like to help my fellas because I do think that sometimes y'all get a bad rep, right? And there's a lot of stuff out there that paints you as in a negative manner, right? Like a lot of the TV shows that we watch and stuff. I'm seeing cheaters, and I'm seeing. I saw a thing about cheating. I saw divorce court, and I said, and it's usually the men want to stay together and the women want to leave, but the dynamic is off, right? And you're not speaking her language, she's not speaking your language, and this is just we've had this for years and years and years and years, and I would love to help bridge that gap in some way, right? Like, right? Because I feel like so many more people would just be so much happier. Like if I knew and I understood, and I thought love languages was just one, but that's just one, right? But this attachment thing is so much more. It seems like it's so much more beneficial. Like I feel like the love languages like is cherry on top, and I feel like the attachment style, learning the attachment style, because it also helps with your communication and your delivery. Hey, let's have a conversation about this. I would love to stay with you. I would love to create a life with you. I would love to have children and be married to you. If we can come to terms with X, Y, and Z, and you know what I mean? And you have to really lay it out like that instead of being like, I'm sick of this and I'm sick of this and because you're just going to tune out. But if I lay it out in a this is this and this, and because I'm a project manager, it feels like a project, and it sounds like, oh, I don't want to do this. But if it's going to move the needle on the long, in the long run, it's worth it, right? It's worth it. Okay. She's smart. I love her. Thank you, Jay. Men can no longer afford marriage and family. I don't believe that's true. I don't believe that's true. I believe most men, I say men, I don't say most men, want the idea of a companion, want the idea of a family. I believe that at your core, that's how you were created, you know. You were created to board children. You were created to bring them into the world. And I do think, like, just like we say, like, as a woman, when we are loved correctly, oh, like, it's just right. He said something. Oh God, what did he say? Oh, um, a woman in a relationship will change emotionally, or she. I can't remember exactly how he said it. Women are driven by emotions in relationship, and we will change for for the relationship. A man will not, or something like that. I can't remember how he said it. I have to. It was a good. I gotta go back and watch it. It's one of those that I have to watch multiple times to really dissect. But there also is a two kinds of avoidant, which was um, a manipulative avoidant, which is more along the lines of, you know, like narcissist, and anytime you say something, it's always your fault and all that stuff, and so gaslighting and stuff. And then there was the other on the other spectrum, so like a healthy. I can't remember the words he used. I gotta write this stuff down. But yeah. So that is just a little bit of what we are going to keep learning. Oh man, dang! You know, I was doing so good. Hold on, let me fix this real quick. And let's read this chat. I meant, which attachment style do you believe you have at this stage in life? Which attachment style do I believe I have? I think it fluctuates. I think I would like to say I'm leaning towards secure. Maybe a little bit. Now remember, I'm a Gemini. So I think I'm on both sides. I may come across as avoidant to you. But sometimes I feel like I come off anxious to me. But if you were like attempting to pursue me, I would probably come off as avoidant. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't think I got enough. Already. Thank you, Jay. The new best time to get married is in your 40s. I like the way you say my name. You're nice. Thank you, Jay. A lady. It is Sunday. Huh? Sandy? Or is it Sandy or Dylan? I thought it was Dylan. The emotional fluctuations of women make them highly undependable amongst themselves. Women are driven by the moon. The moon has multiple phases. And so she has 4 phases that go along with the moon. That's why you have the full moon. That's why we always say when emotions are high, intelligence is low. Watch your surroundings. Watch the people because they're also driven by the moon, and that goes for like men and women. But women are very dialed into it. It's part of our chemistry, it's part of our DNA. And then what also happens is you have to remember that a lot of the things that you're eating also contribute to your hormones and your imbalance of hormones. So it's a few factors, but most people don't understand that. And then let's say you're taking medicine, right? So the medicine is throwing off your clock. If you're taking any like birth control and stuff, that's throwing off your stuff. So it's like it's women are very intuitive, and we have a very uh, strong sense of self. But if I'm out of balance and I can't regulate it, then I can't figure out how to fix it, right? And so that's almost kind of somewhat by design. But that's a story for another day. Oh my goodness. I think I'm almost out. Look a little empty. I'm sad I'm gonna have to put this down. Sheesh. Alright. Okay, you're right. Okay, wait. How old are you, Jay? Hello, Misfit. I can see a balance in you between avoidant and secure. I could see you being fully secure, but that man has a lot of emotional walls to get through the way you can truly see yourself through. And here's where I think you keep talking about my emotions. You said I have a lot of walls to get through. You have walls as well. So it's not like I'll give you all of my stuff and you give me none of your stuff. That's not how it works. It is a reciprocation, right? So it's like you'll say, "Well, I feel like you are, I feel this way," and you say, "Well, I feel this way." I feel like in order for me to bring those walls down, your walls would have to come down as well. So we can throw this ball back and forth, right? But if I'm throwing the ball and it's hitting your wall and bouncing back at me, I don't want to play. But if I know that I can bounce the ball on my court and I can throw it to you and you can bounce the ball on your court and we bounce back and forth, then I'll play the game with you. But if I'm bouncing the ball and it's hitting your wall, I don't want to play by myself. Nandy, do you think that marriage in the Western world is a failing institution? I just think the way that we are upbringing and how we were taught is starting to really come to a head because we didn't learn this stuff, right? And so now everybody frustrated, everybody mad, everybody frustrated. Is getting hotter. The money's getting tighter, and so now you're almost at boiling point. And so now the frustration happens, and then it's men against women, and it shouldn't be that way. But in order to fix it, you have to figure out what the problem is, figure out the root causes. You got to go back and do your research, and you got to go back and figure out why you are the way you are, right? Like I can admit that I've had some things in the past that kind of hindered me. Now you be like, oh, okay, yeah, I see what you mean. Now it's time for the reverse. when I say I can admit this in myself, I would also like you to say, and I can admit this in myself, right? So that way we're both having something in exchange. Like I'm telling you something about me, and you're also telling me something about you. Instead of it just being all about me, which you may have been prone to in the past, where the woman just unloads everything on you and you take it all and you hold it in. It What should be happening is, in my brain, once I give my explanation, I would like you to give your explanation. So that way we can both be in the same boat. We can both be, this is how we create that vulnerability. This is how we create, this is what I would consider intimacy. You allowing me to know more of you, and me allowing, and vice versa. You went to the club. Okay. Nice finger painting stream. Thank you, Misfit. How are you this evening? What you write? 35. Oh, everybody's in like the 35 age. Okay. Okay. So Jay, studies suggest that lately older women should date younger men because the levels are, it's a good energy level, and the compatibility is there. So you're in the right place. Um, I think I'll just focus on my job and self development. Relations are too risky. It's not that relationships are risky. I would like for you to reframe that. Reframe, instead of relationships are risky, as opposed to maybe you're nervous about another relationship, right? Maybe that's it. And why are they risky? Is it that possibly we may need to figure out the things within you that you are maybe overlooking, maybe we have put to the side, maybe we've put in the back, in the booth, in the back, in the corner, in the dark. And so now when you're in a relationship, she go looking. And she be like, hey, where did this come from? And you be like, where did you find that? Like, I didn't because you thought you hid it somewhere way back there, but it's clearly right out front. Because I think that's what happens in relationships. We are easily triggered. But I think I said this before. You put a if you have a landmine and you put it there, and nobody knows it's there but you, and somebody steps on it and you blow up, I'm sorry, and they blow up and you blow up at them, that's not their fault, because they didn't know that landmine was there. You knew the landmine was there, and they stepped on it. So that's not their fault that they didn't know it was there. But why did you put it there in the first place? Let's start there. Let's figure out where that came from, right? Let's find out, why were we triggered when somebody did this, when they didn't even know that that was there, right? How you do? Hey, Wesley. Wesley. You're right, baby. Jay Walker. Right, baby. I promise. Correct. Jay, look. Kudos, Jay. I do not have a man, Jay. Jay. You got no game, though. Nandy says, I ask that because people, especially men, are struggling to find partners, companions, and even if they do one and get married, the divorce rates are especially in the country, are very high. Yes. Do y'all remember? That's why I created the the how to attract her by becoming him. I literally was pushing it all week for that reason, because there's such a disconnect in there, and how men and women interact with each other. Because it's almost like you would want me to treat you like, we've always heard that, right? Like, treat me how you want to be treated, right? And it sounds really good. It's like, okay, well, I love this, so I'm gonna do this and this and this and this and this and this and this because I love you. And you're like, imagine if you're not used to that, right? Like, you're not used to getting gifts. Like, maybe your family was like really like, they never told you I loved you. They never like gave you attention and affection. So if you have somebody who's giving you all this attention and affection, it's weird to you. Like, listen, bro, back up. I don't like all that. And so you're running, and they're like, here, 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 here. But I love you, I love you. And you're like, yo, that's too much. It's just too, you pump the brakes, right? But you don't know how to say that, so you just ghost them, right? And they're like, oh, I don't know what's wrong. So, and then she's feeling like, oh, I don't know what's wrong with me. Maybe it's this, maybe it's this. Well, how can I? And women will try to fix it. And when we try to fix it, we are trying to fix your problem so that you can be with us, right? Not that we are trying to because we're thinking that we're the problem. It's like, he's busy at work. Okay, well, what can I take off his plate so that he don't have to be busy at work, so he can spend more time with me? That's how we're regulated. That's what, when you say I'm busy, I'm like, okay, well, how can I fix this? Instead of being like, no, I'm really you are coming on too strong, right? Like, I feel uncomfortable. Like, you don't say that stuff, right? You don't say, hey, I'm not used to getting all this attention. I'm not used to getting all this affection. Um, and your delivery is coming off very, you know, a little too, it's a little too much for me to process. But we don't say these things. So it's on the delivery. Mm-mm-mm. I bet she likes. I bet she liked me, boss. Black Indian, red man. Third world wonder. Someone once asked, have you healed or you just isolated yourself? Right. That's a good one. That's a really good one. Because I've said that a couple times. I'd be like, who hurt you and have you healed? That's the way I put it. Who hurt you and have you healed? And most people just put it away. Put it up, booth in the back corner in the dark, like I said. You just put it on the shelf. Oh no, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But then you're not. You Space and time doesn't erase the past, right? It just went by, right? Space and time just are things, but they haven't right, the tangible thing, right? Even if I leave here tomorrow and I leave this here and I'm gone for 15 years and I come back, this is still going to be here. It's going to be dusty, it's going to be dried up, but it's still going to be here, right? And like, oh, I forgot that was there. And that's all you're doing with your emotions, right? If you don't take time to work through them and take time, right? So if I were to work through this, then this would mean I would essentially, because it's nail polish, I would paint and paint and paint and paint and paint. Or I would realize, hey, this no longer serves me. I no longer need this. I have a new color, right? I have a clear, I got a pink. I no longer want to do this one anymore. So now I'm gonna let it go, right? And so you either work through it and you paint, or you decide, hey, I no longer want it, and then you discard it. And that's how you get rid of it. But if you just say, oh, well, you know what? We're not going to worry about that right now. We have other things to do. And then when I come back 5, 10, 15 years later, like, oh, God, that's still there. And then somebody finds it, and now you blow up. Now you mad at somebody because somebody found it. Ain't nobody know it was there but you. I love my analogies. My sister can't stand when I do stuff like that. But hey, you always do that. But listen, that's the best way to learn. Your mind is good. He wants you, Jay. New to the channel. Jay. Oh, goodness. I welcome all newcomers. Welcome, Jay. Welcome all newcomers to our chat. Is that Young Memphis? Hello, Young Memphis. Man, early. You got no game, bro. I can... Nah, bro, she good. She's right. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Hello, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Harry Kim, bro. Get Gooder says... where are you? Asia, when are you bringing the long hair back? Not that you don't look at me. Oh, Get Gooder. I appreciate your honesty. And you will know that the plan is actually, as we speak, to get off of here and go to bed because I've got to, get my hair done in the morning. I have to do my hair in the morning. So this will have to be washed, put back, gelled up, and all the things in order for that to occur. But I wanted to give my hair a break because, ponytails are very strenuous on your hair. And the amount of time I leave mine in, I like that, once I shellac it back, it's in there for a minute. So I like to give my hair a little break. But you will see it tomorrow, and I'm going to put a bang on it. Not that bang. The bang. All right, let's see here. Give you all the money. Oh, I like it. You can look at my bio and donate to my PayPal. I'll take it. Thank you. Young Memphis, she's too far away for you, fella. People trolling you in the chat, Asia. You want to be heard from you. Just, I would say when you feel triggered in the chat, don't be. Right? Don't be. Just let them be them. Everybody's them. The easier life is when you just don't let that stuff bother you. It's interesting when you're on the other side of it, or getting on the other side of it, and you just my teacher said, put yourself in your own castle and do more observing and witnessing more than trying to get in and break up the fight. You know what I mean? Getting into the situations. Like if somebody says, oh my gosh, I lost my job. Instead of you trying to figure out how they going to pay their bills, how they going to do it, just be like, okay, wow. You know what I mean? And being able to sit with them, but not necessarily trying to figure out how to solve it for them. Because you're putting yourself in, that's a lot of energy for you. Red player, red. Oh, no life nowadays. Sometimes not all feelings are valid. Can you explain what you mean, Misfit? What you mean, honey? Lovely. I have not been in a relationship for 15 years. Oh, you need to be in my class. Oh, you need to be in my class. Do you have a fear of rejection? Third world. Hello, FNS. Mwah. Can I talk to you? Yep, trust me. Nandy, you got PayPal? Yes, I have a PayPal. I'm not saying you are not rocking the shorter hair, but there was something about the long hair. I appreciate your honesty, Get Gutter. Yes, there is something that when I wear certain hairstyles, it is very attractive and attracting to certain types of people. So you are absolutely correct. And to be fair, I like it too. I like it too. So yes, she will be back. She will be back. Actually, she's over there. She's gonna be a slick back. She's gonna be her grown women. Grown women. So when I put the slick back on, she gonna be immediately high maintenance. Just so you know, she's doing right. High value. Okay. Sometimes people get caught up in their feelings for too long. Sometimes people. Can we? We have to start with ourselves first. Like, I can't change you. The only thing that I can do is explain my feelings to you and explain the things that I would like for me to do or for you to do and for us to do together to move past things. But if in fact that I'm projecting all of my problems or all of my frustrations to you as though there were never any faults of mine, like I didn't contribute to any of this, it's not going to go anywhere. So it's easier and it's better and it's healthier if I tell you, hey, I don't feel comfortable doing this. I don't like this. I don't so and so. As opposed to me being like, you don't do this, you don't do that, you don't do this, because you're going to check out. Right? So let me talk about my feelings, and then you can talk about your feelings, and then we can move from there. I take ownership of my part, and prayerfully, you'll take ownership of your part. If in fact that person doesn't take ownership at all for the parts that they played, then, right, then you have your answer. But it's always, I think it's always interesting when you're in it, you can't see what's going on, what's happening until you come out of it and you pull away. Either you break off or y'all or break up or you separate, whatever the case is. And then once you start to realize that your life really has not changed that much, then you start to go back and dissect and be like, oh wow, maybe it wasn't them as much as it was me not creating the boundaries, not setting the boundaries, not telling them what I want, right? If you hold your stuff in and not say these things out loud, then it's going to cause frustration. It's going to cause problems really relatively quickly. Okay. I just see the video of yours from like 2 months ago. You had long hair. You're walking around barefoot outside. Oh yeah, right. I felt cute. I felt sexy in that. I saw that the other day. I was like, I need to post that again. There's so much footage that I take and I video and I do not post. I do want to make sure that I do that more often though, because I have so much in my phone I never use. Thank you, Jay. You in your natural state is what's most attractive. Okay, so that is to you, correct, Q? You would rather me be in a natural. There is a spectrum in which certain demographics appeal to certain people based on our hairstyle, based on black women's hairstyles. It's fascinating. So it's like if I'm natural, then I'll appeal to black men, but I'll also appeal to white men. If I'm permed, then I appeal of to white men. I can't remember exactly all the different ones, but there are a lot. Um, if I put color in it, then I appear to another group. It's wild. If I'm braids, I'm a certain group. If I'm mermaid braids attracts everybody, but there are different facets to it. But then y'all didn't join the. I'm not gonna tell y'all because y'all didn't take the class, so it don't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay. Um, that hairstyle and the red lipstick combo. That's the right one. um, Thank you, Get Gutter. And Wesley is can't you? Yes, I have a fear of rejection. Thank you for admitting that, third world. But common sense also invalidates relationships in this day and age. The values gone. I hate sleeping around. You can have good conversations and not necessarily get to that level. I do think that it depends on who you're meeting, how you're meeting them, and the conversation that you're having. I can already tell by your conversation, you need depth. So I'm not sure where you're going. Well, you said you haven't been in a relationship for 15 years. So it's almost as if you completely shut down. I would encourage you to open back up, but in doing so, be mindful of who you're talking to, and then also learn about, like we talked about tonight, learn about the attachment styles, and then you also need to learn about your history and then how your upbringing was and how you receive love and how you interpret things, because the person that you're with probably wasn't able to receive you in the way that you felt you wanted to be received. I think it might be right. Give you money. Thank you, Jay. Jay, you're Jay is a smooth talker. Y'all all hating on Jay. Excuse me. Doing too much. My God. Jay is just trouble. This hairstyle got me to subscribe. This one? Oh. Thank you. Thank you. She let me. Who do you want to appeal to? It depends on the day. So as I was doing radio today, and if you look at the video that I posted, the one that Nandy said he saw, that video, I had the hair, and there was something more funnier, lighter, girly, more confident when I wear that. This I like. I enjoy it. There's no it doesn't have like a professional look though. Cuz it's like I just did it. I just did my hair, untwist my hair. And so there's no like professional look to it. And so because it is in my natural state, it doesn't give me when you're on radio, like you need that like that presence, right? And so in this, I don't have that same presence as I have when I'm wearing that. It's almost like a mini, like an alter ego type thing. And so I can tune in better when I'm like in the hair. So for sales, right? Because we're in sales, I prefer that because it's almost like my alter ego. Like what Beyonce had Sasha Fierce, right? And so how does she become Sasha Fierce? To be able to do that, she has to tune. Women, we do alter egos in order for us to be able to come out of our comfort zone is what we call it. So we call it like an alter ego. And so when I wear her, I become, remember I was talking about Jade, right? I become Jade or I become somebody else in order to do that, in order to perform. Now, this is just me talking to you, but I think I have a different delivery when I wear it. Um, Everybody can see kid. What's good? What's good, Les? Why don't you just do a poll? Great question. Look, you know what? I will. um, okay, hold on. Team Natural. Team Pony. I'm gonna say long hair. No, I'll say ponytail. And now you vote. All right, let's see here. Um, oh yeah, you did radio today. How was it? It was good. It was. I could hear my nerves. So I did 4 spots, and generally I have somebody else to go back and forth with. So it was all on me today. And what I should have said was when I called, I should have said, "Hey, can you lead?" But I didn't. So I did about 2.5 minutes per segment. And then when I got off, I was like, dang, I interned in radio. So I was a little like, I probably could have did better. And so I called a friend of mine who did radio, and he's like, no, well, you got to, when you interview. And I was like, oh, no, I'm on the other side. He was like, oh, you're on the other side? And I said, yeah, I was the one who was given the information. He's like, oh, well, in that case, the person who was on radio, he should have asked you questions for you to answer. It shouldn't have been all on you to perform. He said, but you can give him questions so that he can ask them so that you can answer. And I was like, you know what? That's perfect. I was like, I should have done that before. Because I'm over here trying to be like, and this, and this, and this, and this, and and you know what I mean? I'm performing. I was like, but I'm calling into you, so you should ask me questions so I can answer instead of me being like the magician and trying to appear, right? Which is essentially kind of what we've been doing, but it should be the other way around. And so I was like, oh, thank you for that. I was like, good interview. I'm like, we do this all day, right? I talk to you very comfortably. I don't mind interview status. I feel like I grew up in broadcast journalism. Like that was my major. I don't mind interviewing people. I ask great questions, I feel like. But trying to just come out of thin air for 3 and 4 minutes was a bit daunting when there's no reciprocation. Because he only asked the question at the end. So where is it at? Like, okay, so what's the number? What's the email address? That kind of thing. But you want a little bit more than just that. Um, oh yeah, you did radio. Love, Jay is direct. Talk right, player, she fine. What do you want to appeal to romantically is what I'm asking. Oh, thank you for the clarification. What do I want? Do you mean in terms of... Huh? Oh, who do I want to appeal to romantically? Do you mean in terms of like race? Is that what you're saying? Who do I want to appeal to? I don't have a preference. I feel like my name is Aysia because I was meant to be international. So I don't have a preference. I have dated black, I have dated white, I've dated Hispanic. Yeah. I have not dated I have not dated Italian. I wouldn't call that white, but like an actual Italian because they do say that Italians love us. But yeah, I don't have a preference. We just have conversation, right? I'm drawn to chemistry, conversation, charisma, intelligence, intellect. Hopefully you didn't take offense to me asking about the long hair, Aysia. Oh, thank you. Did everybody vote? I see 7 in the chat, but I see a few more online. I see 11 likes, 11 people. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please like and subscribe. Please share the live. Let me know what questions you have. I'm halfway through this chat. Let me see. You got that kindergarten teacher vibe. I can see you doing story time. You know it, right? That's where I get so hung up at. I was like, I can do so many different things. Which one is going to be the most beneficial to you all? You know what I mean? Like, because we went back and forth. Remember, initially, when we started, remember we were doing movies? That didn't last very long because that first one was trash. You remember we started with movies? Listen, who can tell me? Who can tell me? If you can tell... Who can tell me the first movie that was on our list that we watched? Who can tell me the first movie that we watched? Back when we were supposed to be watching movies. Let's pull you up a little bit so I can see you a little bit better. That's that material feminine energy she has. Thank you. Fine black woman. Thank you, Jay. Get gooder. She can read me green eggs in hand. I have not read a story to you all in a while. I'll see you. I'll look more for one tonight. I'll read you a book tonight. The things are usually not too complicated. I'd rather stay in my cocoon in a tense relationship. See, you are entitled to your opinion. I would tell you, though, that it's quite lovely out here when you do get past some of the weeds. You know? To each their own, though. We just did. I'm back. I had to go put the kids to bed. All right, Sandy. Baby, you get it all. Let's cut to the chase, Aysia. Dark skins or light skin? Why are we going back between dark skin and light skin? I had the crush on this dark skin guy. Oh my gosh. Ooh wee. But that was a long time ago. He was very if it was an attachment style, it was like it wasn't an I don't know what style it was because we were young then. But he kept like I would ask him a question, he would answer with a question. You know. That was daunting. But like I said, I don't have a preference. Oh, he remembered. He remembered. Yo, it was the Flintstones. It was rough. It was rough. No one have said my name is Malik. Hello, Malik. Oh, nice. Welcome to the chat. Are you a first timer? Welcome, Malik. I suggested the Flintstones movie, didn't you? It was you? Oh my gosh. Let me find out Misfit had us in pain and agony and didn't even watch it. And here I am thinking some child put that in the chat, and it was you, grown self. Look, you know, you're on punishment. You need to go watch the Flintstones. That's your punishment. Oh, our white skins, you know. How are you doing? What are you getting? Hey, Jerry. Hey, Jerry. Misfit set us up. Facts, cute. Misfit set us up. For real. You could have didn't see you there. I want to understand you. That's what we're doing, Jay. That's exactly what we're doing. Having the conversation, having the back and forth so that you can understand me and ultimately just women in general, because our thought processes are so different. So I want to make sure that the relationship that you have moving forward, either whether it's like a physical relationship with, you know, a partner, a spouse, a wife, or just, you know, sisters and aunties and, you know what I mean, like coworkers, just so that you understand the dynamics a little bit better. Because I know y'all just like listen to us, and when we start ranting, y'all just tune us out. You just go somewhere else. But if you kind of understood the way that we're wired, I pray that helps you a little bit. So basically, what you're trying to say is that you like light-skinned men now. What do you... Because that's the thing about the dark-skinned men. Oh my gosh. You're much more mature than most women I know. Thank you, Jerry. Yeah. That's the work, right? That's me doing the work. That's me actively seeking and searching. Lifelong learner. I used to be the, in the victim. I don't like to do victim mentality where you blame somebody else. That means you're the victim and everybody else is at fault, right? That's the victim mentality, and that doesn't serve you well, because victims never like win, right? It's either victim or victor. If you're always the victim, you can never be the victor. So in order for you to become the victor, you have to figure out what problems you have so you can change the narrative in your head, because if you were always the victim, you will always stay stuck. All good. I know we ain't really got a shot. Oh, don't say that, get gooder. You will find your person. I'm gonna be going to all y'all weddings, okay? And y'all find y'all people. I'd be like, I did that. I'm just kidding. That would be my ego. See? I was like, I did that. No. But I do want you to all find love and happiness and settle down, and, you know, baby, no baby. Doesn't really matter. Whatever you feel comfortable with. But men tend to women set the relationship in the tone of the relationship, and you kind of follow her lead. However, just make sure you do good choices at picking. Yeah, don't pick just because she got a big bag, not a big bag, but you know what I mean, like the behind, right? I want you to look a little deeper, ask some more questions. Take my hand, be my wife. Jay, are you love bombing me? We talked about that earlier. My heart bell ring. We shall watch we shall not. We shall not. Thou shalt not watch the Flintstones prequel. I look forward to your wedding. I'll either be at the altar Now, you know, it would be strange if I got married and they'd be like, there's so many men. But listen, if I have a lot of single men at my wedding, then the single ladies will have so much fun, right? Because there's always so many single women at weddings with very little men. So if we have all these, oh no, okay, hold on. Oopsies. If we have all these single ladies and then we have these single men, I might have to do like a dating thing. Maybe like a speed date or something. Okay. Your makeup looks really good. Thank you, Jerry. She got that dump truck. That wag. I got church in the morning. Are you coming with me? Jerry, I'm going to church in the morning as well. So I won't be on. I'm gonna call it right at 1 o'clock. Because that's our normal time. So I'm gonna call it at 1 o'clock. I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna get up at 6. Ooh-wee. So I'm gonna get up at 6. And fingers crossed. I'm gonna just get up at 6. I'm gonna do my journaling, hop in the shower, do my hair, and then get dressed. I'm just gonna put on a dress. So I'm thinking I should maybe be out of here by 7:30-ish, 7:40. All right. Nandy, your story about your dark skin crush in the past seems pretty accurate. We tend to have that effect on people. Oh, Nandy. I mean, I really liked him. I really did. It changes, so it is what it is. But that was early on in the journey. I love your gloss. Thank you. Oh, Xavier. Hey, Xavier. Right now, we're a player. I'd bring a date, so it's not suspicious. Oh, goodness. I like the sound of your voice. Thank you, Jerry. Jerry and Jay are both cute. Finna be at the wedding like, I object. Did you see the one video where the guy got up and it's the best man and he got up and he was like, hey, I want to say something, and his friend is like, I know you're not finna. What is you finna say? He was like, I just want to say that the best man for her is my boy so and so. It was like, oh man, because you had a skirt. Like, why would you do that? Oh man. Okay. So wonderful is your personality. Thank you, Jerry. It takes time. It takes time. I tell y'all, this book is fantastic. It's my favorite book. I will not read it to you all tonight. I will not do that story time to you, even though I need to read it because I gotta finish. How much is it left? 191, 180. I got about 20 pages I need to read in the next 3 days, 4 days. Oh, teach it. What does it say? Teach it. Wait a minute. Teaching the concepts presented in this book will help you learn them. I write about, give presentations, and teach university classes with this material because I want to become more consistent using it myself. The more I teach these notions, the better I learn them. Here it is. Warning. Danger. Some people don't want you to teach them how to talk sense. Some people don't want anyone to teach them how to talk sense, especially you. There are probably some people in your life who get excited about things you get excited about. You share new book ideas, concepts with them often. Generally, agree with you with these people and enjoying communication together. The odds are in your favor that one of these people will sit still long enough for you to get in valuable practice time teaching these concepts. Find that person Find that person and put her to use listening. And keep in mind throughout the process of teaching that the person you're really teaching is you. Mm-hmm. Hold on, right. Is it gay to marry your bro for the health insurance? Listen, you gotta do what you wanna do. I was just I started watching this thing about DL, and I was like, ooh, that was deep. I had to go back to that. That thing was deep. But Misfit, it's up to you. I mean, if you don't tell nobody, nobody would know, eh? In Africa, women be coming to the object, the marriage, coming to object the marriage, claiming that the man has a whole other family that he's neglected. Eee. Ouch. Ouch. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. All right, let's see if we can find us a short story. When you love yourself, wonderful things begin to happen. Absolutely, Jerry. Say that again for the people in the back. When you love yourself, wonderful things begin to happen. This is what we tell women when they are trying to like get with somebody, or they're finding that they are not either progressing, or they're stuck, they're frustrated, they are having problems in dating and stuff. Usually it's just, it's that. It's like learning how to love yourself again, learning how to find the things that make you happy and do the things that you want for you. And ultimately, you'll get where you need to be. You're welcome. You got acres? How many acres you got, Jay? How many acres you got? Yeah, Jay, post your number on here for acres just to see nobody. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see here. Let's get us a nighttime story. Oil rights and mineral. Okay. Oh, let me see the 300. Yeah, 300 acres. Interesting, Jay. Where are you at? Where are you located? Are you a black farmer? Is that what you're saying? All right. So, wow. Team Natural. Okay. That's cool. I like that for you all. I like that for y'all. I'll keep that in mind. Because I'm about to change it. But I will keep that in mind. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. 90%. Y'all caught me off guard with that. I thought it was going to be closer. I really thought it was going to be closer. I can't get out of it. Okay, there we go. I feel like I knew you was going to say that. Drake sounding. What is it about the natural hair though? Specifically. Jay sound like DJ Khaled in Africa. Just one look at you, and I know it's going to be a lovely day. Lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. That's a good song. You need to write poetry. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Like the live, like the live. Okay. You got the power to keep my wheels turning. We had to figure out your attachment style because the first, everything new is new and it's really exciting in the beginning. And then that newness wears off. So generally, it seems like for men, avoidant men, the newness wears off in about 6-7 months, whereas like the lovey-dovey phase in relationships tends to fall off in 18 months. So what happens at the 7th month mark, and then what happens at the 18th month mark, and generally that has to be really good communication, like really good, consistent, right? Communication. Mother Nature is hairy. You God. I like the sound of your voice. Thank you, Jerry. Let's find us a story. A bedtime story. I enjoy it more when the newness wears off. The relationship is fitted, worn even. Something I made my own. Okay. Interesting. So the one you should love. Do you be when you say stuff? It sounds good. It really do sound good. But then I think about like the stuff you say. So you mean like next time? If your situation wasn't so long, I could maybe see different ones. But love that makes a woman what she is. I like that, Jerry. Yeah, that time I was playing ball with another man. Huh? Yeah, that time I was playing ball with another man's club. Never meant for me. But it's what have you learned? Yeah. What have you learned? I don't know that one. Write the book then. I would encourage you to write the book then. I learned that life is a courses if time woman. I don't know what that means, Jay. All right. Which is the last one we read? All right, so we have The Haunting of Blackwood Manor. I think we read that one, right? Yeah. Nocturnal Riddles, maybe? In the hush of the night, under the shimmering moonlight, a renowned puzzle solver named Professor Edmund Sinclair received an intriguing invitation. Let's do this.
In the hush of the night.
Okay. All right. You ready? Story time. It's called Nocturnal Riddles. Y'all relax, okay? In the hush of the night, under the shimmering moonlight, a renowned puzzle solver named Professor Edmund Sinclair received an intriguing invitation. It was an ornate envelope with an embossed wax seal, bearing an emblem that resembled a puzzle. A labyrinth puzzle. The invitation was for an exclusive gathering at the enigmatic Blackthorn Mansion, known for hosting secretive nocturnal events. With curiosity piqued and a sense of adventure in his heart, Professor Sinclair arrived at the mansion as the clock struck midnight. The mansion loomed ominously, its shadowy facade adorned with intricate engravings and statues shrouded in mystery. As he entered the grand foyer, a butler clad in green greeted him and escorted him into the main chamber, where a group of guests had already gathered. The chamber was dimly lit, and a chandelier above cast an eerie glow. Around him, the other guests were equally distinguished in their fields. Mathematicians, cryptographers, and puzzle enthusiasts. Each of them had received an invitation just as cryptic as his own. At the stroke of midnight, a tall, enigmatic figure named Lady Isadora Blackthorn appeared, dressed in an elaborate gown adorned with moonlit silver threads. She welcomed the guests with an air of mystery, revealing the purpose of the gathering. They were to partake in a series of complex puzzles, riddles, and enigmas, devised to test their intellectual and unravel secrets hidden within the mansion's ancient walls. The first challenge began with a riddle etched into centuries old tapestry hanging on the wall. Professor Sinclair's heart quickened with excitement as he read the words. I stand tall when the sun sleeps, and I disappear when the dawn weeps. What am I? As the participants pondered the riddle, Professor Sinclair's keen mind raced. It was an hourglass, he surmised, a symbol of time. He quickly shared his answer, and Lady Isadora nodded in approval. The grand clock room chimed, signaling their success. The puzzles continued, each one more intricate than the last. Hidden compartments, cryptic codes, and optical illusions confounded the guests. They were all drawn into the enigma of Black Hawthorne Mansion, eager to prove their mettle. But as the night deepened, a sense of unease settled over the group. Whispers of a dark agenda permeated the air, and and sinister secrets began to unfurl. Professor Sinclair's sharp intuition sensed that the mansion had held that that the mansion had held more there riddles. It concealed a nefarious plot. He secretly gathered clues, forming a clandestine alliance with another guest, Dr. Alara Montague, an expert in ancient languages. Together, they decoded cryptic messages hidden in the mansion's artwork, revealing a hidden society with dark intentions. As the hours of the night approached, as the final hours of the night approached, Lady Isadora revealed the ultimate challenge, a puzzle so intricate it would determine their fate. The mansion's grand clock, a colossal mechanical marvel, displayed a countdown timer. To escape the mansion's clutches, Lady Isadora declared, "You must solve the puzzle before dawn, or you shall remain here forever." Professor Sinclair, Dr. Montague, and the remaining guests huddled around the clock. The puzzle was a labyrinth of gears, cogs, and symbols, each one a piece of grand design. They worked tirelessly, their minds racing against the relentless march of time. As dawn's first light began to creep through the mansion's windows, the puzzle's final piece clicked into place, and the grand clock chimed in triumph. The mansions trembled, revealing hidden passages and escape routes. Professor Sinclair and Dr. Montague emerged into crisp morning air, free from the clutches of Blackthorn Mansion and its enigmatic society. They watched as the mansion crumbled into ruins, its secrets buried forever. As they walked away, the sun's warmth on their faces, Professor Sinclair couldn't help but smile at the incredible adventure he had just experienced. The nocturnal riddles had tested his intellect, his courage, and his determination. And now, as the world awakened to a new day, he felt a profound sense of relaxation and release from the stress of the night's challenges. With a new profound appreciation for the mysteries of the world and a sense of peace in his heart, Professor Edmund Sinclair bid farewell to Blackthorn Mansion and the enigma it had presented. He knew that in the quiet of the night, he would always cherish the memory of that fateful nocturnal adventure. The end. The end. Get Gooder, I have one up there so far, but I don't have a lot. But I do like reading, as you know. because we do a lot of reading in our chats. A lot of reading. Excuse me. You have any final questions or statements? We're going to call it a night. We got to get ready for church. Good night, Misfit. Good night. Thank you all for joining me this evening. We go live every night around 10:30 Eastern Daylight Time. My name is Aysia Smiles. Keep smiling, keep shining. You got this. I love you. And I will see you tomorrow. Okay, we'll do tomorrow. Bye.